Barry, thanks for joining us. A point today, how do you sum up the game?
I think, there's probably a bit of emotion in our team today. I think we were really wanted to go and win the game, and sometimes when you do that, you go that wee bit over, and sometimes you look a bit heavier in the legs, but I think we had enough chances to win the game. I think Dylan Easton's chance, he's just got to let it go. I think the goalie has 2 great saves from the first half. I think we dominated large spells of the game without really probably being at our best that we have been, but it was probably still enough in the game that we could win it.
Do you feel that the small margins today tipped in our favour and it just didn't quite come off?
No, if the small margins went in our way, we would have won the game. I think they had the goal that went through. They were offside. They were miles offside. We've seen both of them. It was actually a good line from us. But apart from that, especially the second half, I don't think they had a shot. I don't think they were in our half much. In the second half. First half's a bit closer. I thought the game was a bit stretched. I think they stretched the game a bit, made it long, and we want to make it compact. And we kind of got into that trap a wee bit. But there was still some really good bits of play, but I probably just didn't think we were right at what we have been in recent weeks. And well, listen, we're 9 games unbeaten. The players have made a real run at it. They made a real fist of it. We're still in there fighting. We need a result to go our way next week, but we need to pick up 3 points, and if we do that, we've got a chance to get that 4th place. But you can see the players really still going at it today at this stage of the season, and we were maybe a bit too much of emotion, and that takes a wee bit of a physicality sometimes.
What's the overriding emotion as you'll head away for Starks Park tonight for you personally, and what's it like in the dressing room just now?
What I said to them was, listen, we know we can play, but you can't play well every week, and these boys have went 9 games unbeaten, and then I think the 2 before that, and then they won 2 games before that. So that's a hell of a return, that. And I said that to them. But at this stage, you've got to keep going. You've got to keep going, and they are. And listen, we've got a real chance again next week to do it. But it's listen, we could have won that game the day. You were all there. The fans saw it. We could have easily have won that game today, but listen, let's get prepared and go and make sure that we try and win the game next week.
Talking of being prepared for next week, what are the positives that you take forward from today's game?
Still unbeaten. I think you can see, Sean Byrne's got at least we've got a good few minutes in him, because obviously we're missing Scott Brown, which is really important for us. We lose our captain in the 2 most important games of the season. So he's in. Louis Vaughan's got an extra game under his belt, obviously, because he's been out. So that's the positives. Still 9 unbeaten. I think we've only been beaten, what's that, maybe 9, 10, 11, 12. We've only been beaten twice in 13 games or something like that, 14 games or something. So you've got to take that as a positive. And sometimes when you think about it, and when my players are that up to try and doing well, and they go over the edge and you probably burn that bit too much energy, that's what I felt like they were today. It's getting that balance right, and that's a good sign, by the way, because that's it. They're all there, they're fighting for their team, for their club. So, but I can't be too critical, but I know we've got more in us.
What's the core message across this coming week leading up to Friday? Do you build it up as a cup final, or do you actually relieve the pressure and say, well, let's just focus on it being the last of the 36 league games?
No, the players know it's a big game. I think nobody's going to hide away from that. And let's try and get the whole of Kirkcaldy there at Hampden, which would be great. The more fans we get there, it would be great next week. The players are fighting, they're running, they're working hard, and we've got enough to win the game. We've got enough talent in there to win the game. And if we get that fans with us next week, you never know. And I'll tell you, it's got a really tough game for Partick Thistle as well. So let's get the whole of Kirkcaldy there. Let's get all of us in there together and see what we can do.
You said to me in recent weeks that there was a time when people were looking at Raith Rovers and the word relegation was being mentioned, yet here we are going into the last of the 36, as I mentioned, full of belief, engagement and aspiration.
Well, it was, and I think as the people said it was a job. I mean, I think we were 5 points ahead of Dunfermline. Maybe somebody can correct me on that when we got here. I think what are we now, 15 ahead of them. I think we were 9 points behind Partick Thistle. Now we're 2. I tell you, that's an unbelievable return in that short space of time. The players deserve a lot of credit for that, and we just need to keep going and we need to keep fighting. And we've still got an opportunity. I've said that to the players. We're bouncing in the building Monday. We go again, and you give it all. We give it everything for the next game, and we'll see what happens elsewhere.
So often saying the match day tannoy, it's a week and a game ahead to get right behind the Rovers, isn't it? Yeah,
let's get behind. And listen, what a crowd that was today. I love that every week. We can get them there every week, and we're just sorry we couldn't get them over the line, but it wasn't through a lack of trying, and certainly chances as well.
We'll be with you on Friday, Barry. Good luck for the week ahead.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Thank you.